Hey, what's going on, everybody? You know, I definitely should have put some lotion on, but I don't think that you can see how ashy I am right now. So it's all good. It's all good. I just want to say thank you to every single body that who has been watching this Best You series because it's just something deep that was inside of me for so many years. And I know the things that I have learned over the past 10 years can definitely be of great support to my tribe. And so I just had to do what I had to do because this is bigger than me. And I cannot be selfish with the things that I know, the lessons I have gained. And I just have to share it with you. And I'm still learning, I'm still improving every single day. Probably I will for the rest of my days here on this earth. So as I learn and as I develop more to just share that with you through this Best You series, because that's what it's all about, of us being on this planet right now, being the best as possible, in our health, in our wealth, in our relationships, in our finances, and our nutrition area, all of that greatness, physical, about being the best version of ourselves. Okay, and so today with our best you, we're going to dwell into, dive into relationships, the relationship aspects. Okay, so this is a very extremely effective communication system for you and your boo, and it's called the sweet spot. That's not my term. I got that from over the years. Like I said, for the past 10 years, I have learned that from my mentor, who have given me and my former lover some counseling, and it was called the sweet spot, what she had mentioned to us, for a very effective communication system that we can implement, that is practical and it works. And so I just wanted to share that with you all because I know so many people are in relationships, maybe talking to somebody, but especially for the ones in relationships, that this tool can definitely be utilized, and it could definitely be a support if you use it. So let's dig deep. I had to write some notes just to make sure I don't miss anything, and if I ever do, or something else may come up, I may just do another video on it. But this is the information that I have now for you, so I'm going to share it. Okay, so the sweet spot. Now, what exactly is the sweet spot? Okay, so short description. The sweet spot is when you and your boo go somewhere, preferably like in the park or somewhere, and have communication. I'm about to give you the steps. Okay, now, one of the first things that my mentor told us for me and my former partner to speak about is, how long do we want to go in the sweet spot? Well, first of all, where do we actually go in the sweet spot? One, never the bedroom. We never want to do this type of deep conversation, because the sweet spot is for conversations that you really don't want to have, or you like the heated ones. You know what I'm talking about, like the heated conversation where the tough ones. This is very effective for these type of conversations. Okay, so we need to know, how long do we want to do this? Okay, like I'm gonna give examples that me and my former lover have used. Some I added on just to give you even more. Some we have used, some we didn't. You can pick and choose if things resonate with you. Add more to it, take out, whatever the case may be, but whatever works for you and your partner. So you want to know, first, not in the bedroom, okay? Because the bedroom is a place, it's your sanctuary. Really, your whole home is your sanctuary, but especially not the bedroom. That's where you lay your head. That's where you dream. That's where you cuddle up with your boo. That's where all the nice stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? The sexy stuff. We want to leave that, okay? So maybe going like a park or somewhere that's quiet, but especially nature. We definitely went into nature because, I mean, hey, nature in itself can help you with stressful situations, and nature is beautiful. Like, I love nature. Shout out to all my nature lovers. All right, so now we got that out the way. Also, you don't want to be hungry. I don't know about you, but when I'm hungry, like I get hangry. I'm working on that because I really don't want food to dictate my emotions and if I'm gonna snap at you or not. But trust and believe, okay? I definitely feel my emotions change when I'm hungry. I need to eat. So, not when you're hungry. Do not have these deep type of conversations when you're hungry, okay? And not in the bedroom. Now, what you want to do is you want to make a list of basically you and your partner's guidelines of what is going to consist of the rules that you all are going to follow. Now, before we get to the rules part, before you even begin the sweet spot, you can make an intention, okay? Make an intention to what it is that you want to accomplish. Maybe you just want to pray. Maybe you two want to, burn some sage or something. Maybe you just want to do a quick, some breathing exercises, but just to calm yourself, okay? Because these are the tough conversations. These are the conversations that could potentially, if it wasn't for the sweet spot, that could cause a bunch of confusion and hecticness in the relationship, okay? So, you want to do that. Now comes to, well, what actually happens? Like, what are the guidelines? And now I'm about to share with you some of the guidelines that you can use and write them down. My partner, she was the actual one who was writing them down, but was talking to me, and we was going with it. We was going back and forth with each other as we was coming up with it. You definitely want to do it together because it's going to be for you too, okay? So some of the rules, like I said, I added some in. You can take the ones that I say, you can add some, all of greatness. How long is going to be? 30 minutes. We did say we're going to do it for 30 minutes, okay? The whole sweet spot conversation is going to be 30 minutes, 5 minutes each. So one go for 5 minutes, the other go for 5 minutes. And we do it 3 times. 5 minutes talking each, okay? That was one of the rules. Another something, no vendetta. So whatever is discussed in this sacred space, because it's a sacred space, relationships are sacred. Whenever it's done, like after that 30 minutes, don't try to bring up the conversation again. I'm so guilty. I was not now, but back then, very much holding like a grudge and going back and forth and bringing it back up like a week later or something. So that's one of the rules. Whatever is shared in a sweet spot, no vendetta. So after it, don't try to bring it up. Don't try to start an argument or something like that because of what was said in this sacred space. It defeats the whole purpose. We have to be mature when we do this and have to honor these rules that you create with you and your partner. Now, something else. No yelling. When you're speaking to each other, no yelling. Keep calm. Be in grace. Stand in your power. Be gentle. Something else. No blaming the other person. So when you're speaking, being honest with your person, no blaming them. We have to take ownership of our own selves. Okay? That's very important. Very important. Be absolutely brutally honest with your partner. That's something else that y'all can write. We're going to be brutally honest with each other. One time, my ex, this wasn't in a sweet spot, but I just want to just bring this up real quick just to give you'll see. One of my former lovers had told me that she wasn't, like in the beginning of our relationship, she wasn't satisfied with our sex life. Okay? Now, when I heard that, I was like, wow. One of the first things that I felt was that took courage to be completely honest with somebody. Now, because I wasn't like fully like in like ego mode, it didn't hurt me because I just listened. And that right there, I respect for someone to even say something like that, because I don't much know if I probably have the courage. I probably just stop talking to the person. I'm like, that ain't it. Versus actually expressing to them complete honesty. I mean, how many people have you ever done it? And not even in like a mean type of way. It was in a very calm and loving and gentle way. Okay? All right, sweet spot. Don't take it personal. That was another rule. Don't take it personally. A lot of stuff that us in humans in general, when we talk to each other and when we may get upset or may feel a certain type of emotions, is never what the other person really said or did. It's really our reactions. So we need to not take things personally. So that's something else that you may choose to write, like far as like your guidelines. Don't take it personally. Another thing, no interrupting. Okay, now I'm giving a lot of examples. I know we didn't have like all of them, but I wanted to give enough examples to jog your memory and support you in coming up with your own rules or in addition or taking out of what I'm speaking right now. So no interrupting when the person is talking. Like I said, okay, 5 minutes. Y'all can do it however. If y'all want to do an hour, you can do an hour. Oh, and also too, how long, what's the duration? Do you want to do it once a week? Do you want to do it two times a week? But at least once a week, okay? Do you want to do it every other day? That's up to you and your partner. That's something very important that needs to be in you all's guidelines as well. So don't interrupt them, all right? No walking away. When the person talking, if you feel yourself getting heated or whatever, just take some breaths. This is a sacred space for you two. This is here so that you two can deepen your communication and continue to blossom your relationship and possibly repair damaging things that have happened in the relationship, okay? Also, something else. Maybe just want to look into their eyes. I mean, I think that's pretty great when you're talking to someone, especially your lover, okay? Look them in their eyes, all right? So those are just some few. I'm gonna run them back down. No Vandella, no walking away, no yelling, not taking it personally, be brutal, honest with each other, not blaming the other person, no interrupting. Like I said, it's up to you. Everybody is different. You may not use none of the stuff I just used, but you still come up with some great stuff that is pertaining perfectly to you and your partner. All right, now after you all done, you can take a deep breath. You can have a sigh of gratitude with each other. You all can hug, you could kiss. It's up to you, okay? Hold hands. Maybe you want to do a fun activity together. But most importantly, honor what you have wrote. I messed up one time and I caught myself. And I was like, you know what? All right, this is a sacred space. So it's okay. Own up to it, but fix it. Improve yourself. It's okay. That's what we're here for. We're humans. We're here to make mistakes. But I really wanted to share this extremely effective tool for your communication with your partner because it has helped me, and I know that it can help you if you actually use it. I just had to share, things of years that I have learned with my mentor, because it really is just about just the relationship of all things. It really is. And having that best you in all aspects of your life. So, yeah. And I appreciate each and every one of you who's watching it. I hope you got some value out of this. I know when my mentor had told us, we was on it and we implemented right away. So I just had to share that because we can't do it alone. Definitely text the number that you see. Text BESTYOU. Text it. Okay? The vehicle that we are using that is wonderful in all aspects of life. And you'll see. You can get exclusive access. But you got to test BESTYOU. Text it. All right. I love you. Keep loving yourself. And catch me on the next video of this 100-day series. Oh my gosh. 100 days of me just really giving myself to you all. Okay? All right. That's it. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful whatever y'all doing. Peace.